Hello. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another action-packed episode of A Work in Progress, AWIPOD Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, Brent Piles, and with me, as always, is my trusted co-host from the state of Ohio. He is the mayor of Canton. Mayor, how you doing this week?
Out? Am I there?
You're back now.
Okay. Well, I'm worldwide, apparently.
Yes.
No, we're not doing WCW worldwide, but we will be watching WCW tonight. So I am doing very, very well. I'm excited to watch this and talk about some wrestling from this past week because there was a lot of good wrestling this last week.
Yeah, so I'm currently watching Monday Night Raw as we're doing this. I just saw Roxanne Perez qualified for the King of the Ring. I don't know, I guess you would call it.
Yeah, the Queen of the Ring qualifier.
Yeah, the Queen of the Ring qualifier. She beat was it Rhea Ripley, Kairi Sane, and Liv Morgan with some help from. Well, Raquel Gonzalez showed up out there, and they were. Are they still calling her? No, it's Raquel Rodriguez now, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. No, it's Raquel something.
It's Raquel.
It's Rodriguez.
Well, she came out there. She got involved, and it led to Roxanne Perez winning because it looked like Kairi Sane was going to win, but then Roxanne came out of nowhere and pinned her. I guess I have to look more into who's into this thing, but I'd like to see Roxanne Perez win it, but I always would see Roxanne Perez win everything. So that's not really. So the pay-per-view this weekend was Money in the Bank. I thought that this show was a fucking banger from beginning to the end. What do you think?
I loved it. I mean, there was only, 4 matches, but every single, 5. Was there a 5th match?
5. Yeah, Dom faced. I don't remember who he faced. I can't remember. Something Junior. Paragon Junior or something like that?
Someone. I can't remember.
Somebody from AAA.
Yeah, someone from AAA. And the entire show was great. I loved every single match. Money in the Bank, I feel like they're going to be phasing it out, but I really do love Money in the Bank matches. I'd like to see maybe just a men's, like you said last week, maybe a men's match one time and then a women's match at another time. So they're not kind of losing their effect when you have 2 of them on the same night. But both of them were great. I love both of them.
And I know that there's probably going to be, there were some points in the match where it got a bit clunky, but I don't have a problem with that. And the reason why I don't have a problem with that is because it's supposed to be a fight between a bunch of people trying to climb ladders. So if you did that in real life, I bet it would be pretty fucking clunky. So I don't really have a problem with shit. They try to set shit up and then it doesn't quite work out like it's supposed to. Cause to me, it makes it look more like a real fight and a real struggle. But, I know some people will be like, well, they're taking 20 minutes to set up spots, but I don't know. For me, it was really good. I especially like the women's one. I think I like the women's one more because I like the result better. Like we talked about, I just don't.
Caution tape.
Yeah, caution tape. I was literally saying it all week too. You can tell your girlfriend thank you because now I also call her caution tape. But I thought, and the reason why is because I know Seth winning is probably a good thing, and it was probably the best way to go. I just don't like an established superstar with the briefcase. It's just something I don't like.
Yeah, I mean, I do like when heels have the briefcase better than baby faces. It makes more sense to me because it makes the sneaky cash in seem better. You don't want to see her baby face with a sneaky cash in outside of maybe Liv when she came in to cash in on Ronda, because I just think everyone wanted to see Ronda Rousey lose the belt at that point.
And people were really into Liv Morgan at that point too, because she had really stepped up her game at that point too, and I think that's why. And I think she's gotten even 10 times better than she was then, and she was stepping up her game then. So people were really behind her too. My favorite cash in ever is actually a babyface cash in. I know that sounds cash in at WrestleMania is probably the best one ever. I don't think you can pick a better one. But my favorite one is when CM Punk cashed his very first Money in the Bank briefcase and he took the edge. That was my very favorite cash in because I was such a big CM Punk fan at that time. And this was way before they really put the whole thing behind him. He was only the world heavyweight champion for a couple of months, but that one always sticks in my mind. And that was my favorite one, but you're right. It makes more sense for a cowardly heel to cash in than a beloved babyface. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Um,
I think
did
mine
you like
probably would have been the Edge cash in.
on Cena?
Yeah, on Cena. Was that the very first Money in the Bank or second?
Very first.
Okay. Maybe that's why it stands out to me because it was just so fresh and new at the time.
It was also good because it was like right after the Elimination Chamber, and it was just I don't know, it was a really cool moment. Definitely. That's a good one too. But I know a lot of people like the Seth one, but I mean, are you with me on that one? Did you like the women's one better than the men's one, or did you kind of equal, or?
I have to say I enjoyed both of them a lot. I think I do probably agree. I like the women's one better because I really could have saw any one of those women winning it.
Right.
And I wouldn't have been shocked. Really, I didn't think anyone had much of a chance to win the men's match other than Seth Rollins. I just kind of saw it going that way.
And then the big thing that happened during the men's one is Jacob Fatu is finally broken away from Solo Sikoa. It looked like he was going to help him win, and then he does the whole Solo, I hate you, and then, takes Solo out. Do you think they rushed that, or do you think it was the right time?
I think it was the right time. I probably would even done it a little bit sooner, the way that Jacob is getting the crowd so much behind him. Like, right. You don't want to lose that chance to keep that momentum going. A lot of times I feel like they drag out, organic crowd support or hate and wait, and they don't turn the volume up on it. Like, I think Jacob Fatu has the legitimate ability to be a main event player, and if they would have just kept him being Solo's lackey for too long, I think they could have lost that buzz, and they did the right thing in separating them.
And then, so here's a person do you think this person has lost their buzz, or do you know I don't know if he's ever going to get to main event level, but LA Knight, I know a lot of people, I hate when people say this, like, oh, they buried him. You losing one match isn't going to fucking bury him. He lost a Money in the Bank match to a bunch of other guys who are top tier stars. So I don't see how that's burying anyone. So that's stupid.
I don't think he's lost his buzz. I don't think he's lost his edge whatsoever. I mean, maybe 2 SummerSlams ago, was he at like way up here peak where they could have, gave him the ball and let him run with it 2 SummerSlams ago, possibly. But since then, maybe a little bit, but he's held steady since then. He hasn't gone stale. He keeps himself fresh and relevant. And I think his promo ability, if you give him a mic, he's going to still be able to keep you entertained and make you want to see his matches. And he's done that ever since then. I mean, the only reason I say he's maybe come down some is just because of the original push that he's had. But he's been everything that's been left up to him, he's still knocking it out of the park for me.
I mean, I don't disagree with that. I mean, yeah, LA Knight, whenever he's got the microphone in his hand, you're going to get at least one or two moments where you're going to laugh out loud because he's just that good on the stick. And so, yeah, I think he's going to be okay forever because even when they made him, Max Dupree, I mean, he fucking he knocked that out of the park. So, and I think we said it when he was doing the Max Dupree, like, don't worry, he's going to be fine. And he was. It's just like now. He's going to be fine.
He'll be fine.
And then Becky Lynch beat Lara for the Intercontinental Championship. Me and you talked about this in our Discord chat about how, these two have great matches. And I just think that every time they get in the ring together, it's just been better. I thought this one was the best match they've had. And they've already had some really good matches. And I assume they're going to have one more because they need to have like a rubber match, don't they? So, I can only imagine what that's going to be like. I would like to see maybe a last woman standing or something like that,
That's nice. I like that idea. It would
be interesting to see that. I wonder I don't know if they'll do that in Saudi Arabia or if they'll wait, because you got the Saudi show coming up in 2 weeks. We've already got one big match announced, one match that me and you talked about last week that we really wanted to see, which brings us to, I guess, the main event of Money in the Bank. Did you want to comment anything else about the Lara Becky Lynch match? Sorry, I didn't like it.
I want to say that was probably my favorite Lyra Valkyria match. I wish I could just call her Lyra. I think the last name's a mouthful.
It is hard.
I hate when companies usually change wrestlers' names, but that thing's bad. I don't. If it's her real name, I apologize. I don't think it is.
If it is, that's a hell of a real name.
So I mean, just Lyra or something. It's just a mouthful. It doesn't flow off the tongue. But her
don't you try to take away people's last names again.
but that match was fantastic. It flew off the tongue right into the eyeballs, and it was incredible. I loved it. So yeah, keep doing more of that.
Yeah, no, I thought it was great too. I mean, that's probably, I would venture to say that's my favorite match at first too. It was really, really good. And then, like I said, hopefully they'll have another one, and I think maybe that'll be even better. Who knows? Let's see what her real name is. No, her real name is, I can't even pronounce that. So, yeah, no.
Okay.
I'm not going to try because I'll just butcher it and it won't be good. Both of those ladder matches, the women's got 25 minutes and the men's got 33.
Wow.
It's hard to keep like something like that going for that long too, and it's a credit to the guys and the ladies in that match to be able to keep it interesting for that long. Yeah,
I don't want to spoil what happened at the end of Monday Night Raw because you probably haven't seen it yet, but the last match was about 25 minutes long, and the majority of it was
battling. Oh shit, Bailey's back.
Yeah, and the majority of it was battling over winning a headlock. Well, a chokehold. We'll just call it a chokehold. And the whole match was over a chokehold almost. And it was so entertaining and refreshing to watch this match build and build and build. And Gunther and Jey Uso told a phenomenal story.
Oh, I already know who won. So
okay, but yeah, it was great. I loved it.
Yeah, I haven't watched the match yet, but I did see that Gunther has won the World Heavyweight Championship back, which I'm not really surprised. I kind of figured that's what was going to happen. I don't know about you.
I would have guessed he did. I still would have thought it was a little early to take it off Jay, but I mean, if you want to go into a storyline going into SummerSlam and all, any of the other bigger pay-per-views, I think he's better chasing if they want to keep him in that main event picture.
Yeah.
Than he is as the champion.
What the fuck is this now? Oh, R-Truth. Okay, I saw this one. He's gonna be Ron Killings again now. So anyway, Let's talk about the main event since we're talking about Ron Cena. The main event tag team match: Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso, John Cena, Logan Paul. That match was an incredible tag team match. Like the roller coaster of the up and down storytelling in that match was so fucking good. I think it was by far the best match Cena's had since he's been back. I mean, if you want to like masterclass in storytelling in a wrestling match, I think that's one of the matches that you might want to watch from current wrestling because it just had so many twists and turns. And just when you thought you had it figured out of what was going to happen, they'd do something else that would turn it the other direction. So even like the things of having like John Cena and Logan Paul like arguing with each other, that's great because they both have huge egos. So of course they're going to, at some point during the match, they're going to break apart and argue with each other. So I thought it was a phenomenal match. Really great main event. I want to say it was my favorite match on the show, but I really like, it's hard to pick on the show. Like what was your favorite match? Because all the matches were so good,
Mm-hmm. I agree. I thought that was my favorite match. I can confidently say that was my favorite match. I text my friend the next morning about it and told him that I thought that might have been the best tag match I've seen since the 80s. I thought it was the storytelling in it, the build, the action, the ability of Logan Paul is just insane. And I don't mean just being able to do flips.
Yeah.
Like his heel work is out of this world. Like he knows his timing with everything is just like spot on. And him getting to work with Cena in the ring. I mean, Cena's not really known as being a heel, but the fact that the two of them were working together and their heel work together, the timing, cutting off the ring on Jey Uso, building up for that hot tag. Not Jey. Yeah.
Yeah, you were right because they started arguing with each other. Cena and Paul started arguing with each other, and then that's when Jay got the tag, which I thought was great because I haven't seen like it's usually at that moment like they'll argue with each other, but like they'll remember what's going on like in the middle of it and stop him. And you don't see very often where it actually goes all the way through, and I thought that was great. I thought it was really good.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Like just so much of that stuff. I mean, I hate to just say how great Logan Paul is because people don't like him, but it's mind-blowing how good he is so fast. But getting to see him in there with 3 other all-time greats, it was a lot of fun. And
I mean, yeah, he's in there with two second, third generation superstars and John Cena. So
yeah.
But I know it was great. It was a great match, great show. And then at the end, it looks like Cena's going to win again by hitting Cody with the belt. But then a masked man shows up. Who is this masked man? It's none other than R-Truth. He's back. Apparently, he's got a new contract now. He, wails on Cena a little bit, hits him with the belt. Cody gets the pin. I thought it was a great way to end it. I don't know, like when they figured out that Ron was going to be running in there and doing this, but I don't know. It was fucking amazing. I lost my shit. I was like, oh my God, it's fucking Ron Cena.
So the weird thing is I thought it was Randy Orton at first.
I said Randy Orton too, yeah.
I thought it was Randy Orton. That makes me think like if they didn't re-sign, Truth or Ron Killings, however you want to call him these days, I wonder if that would have been Randy Orton's spot to come in there and interrupt that.
Yeah, because I said that too. I said, maybe it's Randy Orton. And then Rachel said, that's clearly an African-American man. So
that man's ankles are African. He is an African-American man.
That man is not Randy Orton. Yeah, no, but I mean, it was a great show. And now, he comes out there last night. I didn't really hear the promo that he cut, but I saw him cut off the rest of his hair. And he said, the truth will set me free. I am Ron, the truth killing. So
yeah. It was good.
I don't know where this is going to go, but I'm pretty excited about it.
I'm excited to go along for the ride.
That's right. That's what we're here for. We're here to go along for the ride. I know a lot of people out there like to, know the inside information and know what's going on all the time. I don't. I just want to be surprised because that's the best way to be a wrestling fan, in my opinion. But if your opinion is different, that's fine. We can all have different opinions, but I don't like to know how the soup was cooked. You know what I mean, Mayor?
I'm 100% on board with that. Yeah.
Don't tell me you fucking put onions in there. I'd rather not know.
Yeah. I don't want to know how you did it. I don't want to know. I just want to taste it and enjoy it. Eat it up.
That is right. But yeah, anything else from Money in the Bank or from wrestling in general that you wanted to talk about before we get into some WCW?
Just real quick, who do you think will cash in first? And on who?
So we got caution tape, and I could really see both of them holding on to it for a while. Because CM Punk is going to face John Cena at Night of Champions or Afternoon of Champions, depending on where you live. So like maybe Punk beats Cena, and then Seth cashes in on Punk, so they continue that feud. Does he cash in like during the match and make it a 3? I think it's going to be Seth sooner than Naomi. I think they're already building to when Seth's going to cash in. I think it might be in a couple of weeks. And I just don't right now. I don't think it makes a whole lot of sense for Naomi to cash in on
Tiffany or
Tiffany or Kyrie. I mean Io.
Or Io.
Io, maybe. It would be interesting if like somehow she could screw over Jade Cargill. Like Jade Cargill gets a title match and she cashes in at some point or something like that, because that would make sense. Or even if Bianca Belair comes back, I think she may be injured right now, and I think that's why she's out, because I know she was on SmackDown a couple of weeks ago, but I think that was just because it was in Tennessee and she went to Tennessee, so they just wanted her to be on the show. That would be interesting too, like if Bianca beat Tiffany or Bianca beat Io and then she cashed in on them, and then you would even be furthering that storyline. But I think Seth's going to cash in sooner than Naomi. What about you?
I agree. I think Seth cashes in that Saudi show, whatever they're calling it. Night of Champions, maybe? Is that what it's called?
That's the one. Yeah, Night of Champions. Yep.
Yeah, I see Seth cashing in there, and I think Naomi holds on to the briefcase, like you said, for a while until there's a meaningful storyline behind it that probably is going to involve Bianca or Jade. So I completely agree with everything you said. It's kind of
Randy
show, but
Randy Orton is going to be back next week on SmackDown. He is in the Fatal 4-Way of the King of the Ring tournament. It's Aleister Black, Carmelo Hayes, LA Knight, and Randy Orton. Sami Zayn already made his way into the semifinals. It's also Andrade, Cody, Damian Priest, and Nakamura, Bronson Reed, Rusev, Sheamus, and to be announced. You know who would be a great King of the Ring right now?
Who'd be
Ron the motherfucking Truth Killings. That's who would be great.
I hope they. I didn't really think about it, but I hope they pull the plug on there.
Yeah,
make that happen because that would be great.
Or LA Knight would be good too. That's also kind of a thing where it's better if it's a heel. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Bronson Reed would be good too. That would be a good way to kind of bring Rusev back, King of Rusev, maybe.
Yeah, he never won it, I don't think.
No, that's a house fight right there. So it's Bronson Reed, Rusev, and Sheamus. I don't know who to be announces, but somebody's going to get their fucking ass kicked in that match.
Yeah, hopefully they stick someone in there that's small.
It's going to be Rey Mysterio. No, it'll be Ray Phoenix. Will be in there.
Oh, God.
Penta's brother. All right, well, anything further?
No,
nothing further. I asked the mayor earlier before I asked him a bunch of questions about people who just have random money coming out of their bank account that they don't know about, which I hope to one day have enough money to be one of those people, but probably never going to happen. Anyway, I asked the mayor if he wanted to watch more TNA or more WCW. He said he's been loving the TNA, but we missed WCW. So we went with Superbrawl 2000. I can tell you one of the matches during this is Booker T fighting for the letter T against Big T. And here we go, Mayor. This is the second to last Superbrawl. We have one more.
So we've got Ahmed Johnson in the year 2000,
mm-hmm.
who looks like the Goodyear blimp on roids.
Yeah, he really does. And then I think there's definitely on this thing. Ric Flair, woo! Yeah, Ric Flair is facing Terry Funk, if I remember correctly, from what I read.
It feels weird to think that was only 11 years before this when they had their big main feud.
Yeah, I bet it feels more like an eternity.
Yeah. Because when you think like 11 years ago from wrestling, what happened 11 years ago? I mean, Seth Rollins was just turning out on the Shield at this point, probably 11 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably about right, because that was in probably, 2012?
Yeah. So, and CM Punk just was leaving, I think, or he had just left.
Yeah, so WrestleMania 30, right before WrestleMania 30 when he left, like after the 2016 Roar. No,
and that doesn't seem that long ago, but to think between the year 2000 of this wrestling and 1989 seems like an eternity difference, but they're still only 11 years apart.
I mean, sometimes I think about shit that happened in 2009. I'm like, oh, that was just a couple of years ago. Nope, that was a long fucking time ago, man.
Uh-huh.
Back when my son was a year old.
When you read a song that's 25 years old now and you're like, huh? I was just playing that. I feel like I just was listening to it.
It's like, oh, well, all the songs I listen to are 25 years old. Well, shit.
Exactly. They really are.
It's either 25 years old or Taylor Swift. I'm also a big fan now of Chaperone, too. I love her, too. I'm just a fucking 41-year-old man that just loves girl pop music, man. That's just what I like.
Man, I like the early 2000s girl pop music.
There's this new MGK song out. I know people are hating on it because he does like boy band dancing in the video, but I think it's a fucking catchy song. So go fuck yourself.
I just feel I just don't like the guy.
It's fine. I used to be a big fan of his when he was just an independent rapper, and then he kind of got weird. And yeah, he doesn't seem. I mean, he's sober now, I guess. Apparently, that's what they tell me. But he does seem kind of like a douchebag.
He was from the area, so he would perform. Yeah. He would perform at local malls and stuff back in 2004 ish. Maybe I'm thinking.
Well, maybe. I don't know.
I feel like that was around that time when he would be performing at the malls up here.
He used to have concerts here at the place called the Bourbon, and I was like a small, like going to like a little place for a concert is so much better than a big arena. And I will say he was it was a blast to go to his shows because he was fucking insane. He would do crazy shit. But anyway, Mean Gene Okerlund's outside the NWO locker room. We got Major Guns here.
Oh boy, we got some Tylene.
Yeah, and some other ladies.
I will say this: in about 3 weeks, there is a WCW star that will be performing with his band about 20 minutes from my house.
A WCW star. It's not spending his day working hard on the go because the handle clock keeps spinning. It's usually
No, I would go watch that.
Jeff Jarrett were here with the Nazi twins. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, he might not be in WCW at this time. I think he had already left in '99.
Van Hammer?
No, Chris Jericho.
Ah, well, fuck Chris Jericho.
Yeah, I know. He's performing at some little beach bar.
Well, I hope he gets fucking sand in his eye, you son of a bitch. Fuck you, Chris Jericho. You heard me. I said it.
I'll tell
Although, I am aware that Chris Jericho probably kicked my ass. I'm not stupid, but fuck you anyway.
Oh, I hate Mark Madden.
No, not Mark Madden. I mean, I'm not like a fan of his or anything, but. So no disqualification, 3-way dance. Jeff Jarrett versus Scott Hall versus Sid Vicious.
I like all of these guys. Actually, I like all these guys.
What were you? Were you say? Actually, I hate Sid Vicious.
No, complete
I know you
opposite.
Just kidding.
I was gonna say, after meeting Scott Hall, he kind of, but then I had to think at the time of his life when I met him, it's probably not a fair assessment of him.
Yeah. I assume when you met him, he was kind of a jerk.
Yeah, he was an asshole. Him and Ric Flair are really the only two bad wrestlers that I've ever met that just were like dicks.
The only wrestler
wanted to
the only wrestler yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
The only wrestler I ever met was Matt Hardy. We went to WrestleMania Access when I went to WrestleMania 26, which I would never go to again. It was a waste of money. And we met Matt Hardy, and he was the same. He was a total fucking asshole. And I get Xavier was with us, and he was like 5 or 6 at the time, and he even wouldn't even give Xavier the time of day. And I understand you do ever to me. I'm a grown ass fucking mark. You don't have to fucking whatever, but at least you could have been nice to my son. But at the same time, I also look at it now as Matt was probably in a bad place in his life at that moment. And so, and I don't want to be judged for my worst moments. And so I try not to judge people for theirs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why I kind of cut myself off when I wanted to say something bad about Scott Hall, because I'm like, he was not in a good place.
It's even harder to say it about it when the person's deceased. You know what I mean? That's even harder. So we're going to get Bam Bam Bigelow versus Brian Knobbs in a return WCW hardcore match.
Wow, that is a match.
David Flair and Crowbar versus the Marmalukes in a Sicilian stretcher match. What's the difference between a regular stretcher match and a Sicilian stretcher match?
The pepperonis are crispier in the Sicilian stretcher match.
Of course. Duh. They cover the stretcher in Marigot first, is what they do. I don't even know if that's a word. I think I made it up. We've also got Big T versus Booker for the ownership of the Harlem Heat franchise. I thought it was for the letter T.
I didn't even recognize Big T when he ran out. I was like, who is that guy?
Running is an understatement.
Yeah.
Billy Kidman, but the good news is he's got Torrie Wilson with him. He'll be taking on Vampiro.
That's a good match right there.
Which I've said before, Conan always described Vampiro as bitch made. I don't know what that means exactly, but it's bitch made. Also, the Demon versus the Wall. That's the Wall, brother.
That's the Wall.
Fucking Lex Luger now.
That's the Wall. I see him.
The Wall, brother. He's on every show like fucking 3 Count versus Norman Smiley in a hardcore match. That hardly seems fair.
Wait, all 3 of them versus Norman Smiley?
I would assume.
Okay.
Maybe they're gonna have a dance off. That would be fun, wouldn't it?
Ooh, I guarantee there's a dance off moment in there.
Yeah. Well, there's definitely going to be some dancing. This is the thing about WCW that I never got. Like, why do we have to talk for 10 minutes before the show starts? Just put the fucking matches in the ring. What are we doing?
Did you see the crowd or the sign in the front of the crowd on Monday Night Raw, like 2 rows back from center ring? It made me think of you, and I was hoping that it was you there.
What did it say?
It said, "I don't know about you, but I still love you, John Cena."
Yeah, that's right, John. I still wear my John Cena shirts all the time. It's Father's Day on Sunday, huh?
Yeah.
It snuck up on me. Hopefully somebody bought me something nice.
I hope Dominic Mysterio does something nice for Eddie.
I bet he will. I bet he'll do something nice for him. Was fucking some fat guy with a hardcore champion? Is that what the Cruiserweight champion? Is that what I just saw?
He didn't look like a cruiserweight. Oh, I forgot about the artiste. Was that Prince Iakea, or am I thinking? Or is that someone else?
No, it's Prince Iakea, the artist formerly known as Prince Iakea. He's with Booker T's wife. Okay, I'm so lost by what are they showing us right now? Like, it's just like a weird montage.
Their video packages were terrible back then.
Yeah, I don't know who was working on those. Terry Taylor?
They don't tell you anything that you'd want to see. Like, there's no rhyme or reason. They just rush everything.
And then, like, I get that we're not listening to it, but I bet you if I watched it like a WWE show from then now and they were showing me a video package, I would understand what the fuck they were at least trying to come across.
Yeah, the video packages from WWE these days are like done like a major motion picture, baby.
Oh yeah, baby. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on here. They're recapping the Cruiserweight tournament. I would like to know, in the history of WCW, how many Cruiserweight tournaments did they have? I bet it was like 1 million.
Too many. The answer is too many.
The company wasn't around long enough for it to have that many. I mean, with the Cruiserweight champion. Back in the Crockett days, they didn't have a fucking Cruiserweight champion. They might have had a light heavyweight champion, sure, but they didn't have a Cruiserweight champion.
I will say this, though. I feel like if AEW separated their division to have a Cruiserweight division, I think it would make their show a lot better.
Yeah, they don't have like a light heavy. Well, I guess WWE doesn't either, so.
No, but all of their guys are they're so undersized. Half their roster doesn't weigh 200 pounds.
Lash LeRoux is confused. He thinks they're in New Orleans. They're not. I mean, they might be. I don't fucking know. What do I know?
Who?
Lash LeRoux here. He's throwing beads out like they're in New Orleans.
Oh.
See? You ever been to New Orleans?
I have not. No.
Me neither. WrestleMania was supposed to be there, but apparently it's going to Vegas again.
Neither is WrestleMania.
Just go ahead and decide now, people. Vegas is going to host WrestleMania forever.
Until it goes to Saudi.
That's true. That'll be the fucking Royal Rumble's in Saudi next year, so
it won't be long before WrestleMania is too.
They got enough money to do it. I don't like. I know why people feel the way they feel about Saudi Arabia, and I understand that and I get it. But at the same time, I like the shows because they're in the afternoon, and I love afternoon wrestling shows, and I cannot wait for an afternoon session of drinking during the Royal Rumble, Mayor. It's gonna be amazing.
Oh, I didn't even put that together. Yeah, 1 o'clock Royal Rumble on. Man,
who likes to day drink? Raise your hand. I do. It's my favorite drinking, day drinking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a 1 o'clock Royal Rumble. That's going to be brutal.
It's going to be amazing. Boy, we'll be asleep by 9 p.m. It'll be great.
Shoot, 9 p.m. You're giving me a few hours.
4 p.m.
I'm just waiting for the day for the Royal Rumble to fall on my birthday. I know it'll eventually do it.
It'd be hard because they usually have it toward the end of the month. So I don't know if it's ever going to be that early in the month.
Yeah, that's true. They usually like to do it right on like all the.
It's usually the last Saturday or Sunday.
Well, they usually do it the Pro Bowl weekend, so they don't have to battle the NFL playoffs.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they usually do it the week before the Super Bowl. Yep, you're right. Because they always take the 2 weeks before the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So we've been watching this for a while, and we've still got no matches. We've got Booker T's wife introducing the Prince artist formerly known as Prince IAK. I didn't even put two and two together that he was Prince, and they're doing this gimmick because Prince changed his name to like a symbol, and he was the artist formerly known as Prince, and he was Prince IAK. So I didn't even put that all together until just right now.
Yeah, I think that's why they're all wearing purple, because Prince, wore all his purple, and he's got the Prince fluffy shirt.
This should be a disqualification. Come on, little Nate. What are you doing? She can't do this. The bell rang. Old Charmel here.
What was her name? Was her name Paisley?
Paisley. You got it, pal. Yeah. Paisley play Lloyd 415. Not quite 420.
It's weird that Prince Iakea has that bucket hat that reminds me of Jamiroquai more than Prince, but maybe Prince wore it too.
Oh my God, that is a deep cut Jamiroquai. Wow.
A 2000 callback right there.
I had forgotten that existed until just right now, man.
What was that?
Go, Lash. So what are you gonna say?
Virtual Reality, was that the name of his popular song? Something like that?
Oh, I have no idea. I would have to look it up. I'm not sure.
Oh,
I just remember the name. This is a nice little super kick by the artist. He's wrestling in leather pants. That's a statement on its own. Mayor, did you ever wear leather pants?
I don't think I ever did.
Okay.
I mean, I did own a leather store, so I may have tried a pair on just as a goof, but I don't think I ever did. Seriously.
You went to a leather store? Did you buy a leather jacket?
No, I said I owned one.
Oh, sorry. You owned a leather store or a leather jacket?
No, a leather store. Yeah.
How long did you own a leather store?
11 years.
God damn, you find out something new every day. Lash LeRoux. Lash, don't call me Chris Jericho. No, that's Lenny Lane that looks like Chris Jericho, right?
No, this is... Well, I think they both do. I think Lash LeRoux does a little bit too.
If they wanted to do edge heads like Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins for Chris Jericho, they'd get fucking Lenny Lane and this guy, Lash LeRoux.
I definitely think Lash LeRoux looks like him.
Yeah. Yeah, well, what are you gonna do? WCW lives, that sign says. So wow, they were wrong. I want my release, that sign says too.
I bet there are a few people that... No, I don't know, because they had those guaranteed contracts back then.
Well, it's still... I remember this was before... I think it was before 2000, but Benoit, Eddie Guerrero, Dean Malenko, and fucking Perry Saturn definitely wanted their release.
Oh, is Jericho still in the... Or not Jericho. Benoit still in the company here, right? Where's Benoit gone?
I'm not 100%. I'm pretty sure they left. It was either 99 or 2000. I know he wrestled at WrestleMania 20, at WrestleMania 2000, because he was in a triple threat match. Benoit was. So I think they did. I think they are gone by now.
Okay.
I want to say.
Well,
I know he wrestled at WrestleMania 2000. Yeah.
With the main event with Hall and Sid Justice and Jarrett.
Yeah. Did he just fucking grab Charles Robinson's package?
I'm more concerned about Prince Iakea sticking his fingers in Lash LeRoux's mouth.
Oh, yeah. No, I would be like, do not put your hands in. Oh, God, lose that. Do not put any part of you near my mouth. What is wrong with you? I will. This will turn into a shoot fight very quickly.
Yeah, you can potato me by punching me in the head, but don't put your fingers in my mouth.
I don't know where the fuck your fingers have been. Don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck you been doing? The artist, formerly known as. You've been making music because you can't sing for shit, I bet.
No, I want to see Prince Iakea with a ukulele.
I was going to say, he probably can sing a good song with the ukulele, huh?
Yeah, he'll probably sing that Somewhere Over, Over the Rainbow song.
That would be, yeah, that sounds about right. Did you ever see, it was like The Rock was on like fucking like Conan O'Brien or something, and he's like doing an interview, and his mom comes in with the ukulele and just starts singing. And he's trying to shut her down. He's trying to shut her down, but she just keeps going.
I mean, you can't shut down Mama Rock.
And then she finished the song. She was like, one more. And then she kept going. It was great.
We're going to break, guys.
It was great. The Rock's like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, sure, Mom, one more. It's fun. Paisley's been getting really involved in this match. Charles Robinson is not doing his job. She should not be standing up there on the apron.
Whoa, look at that. That was kind of slick.
That was a dance move he just did. So that was something. Now what's going to happen?
I do like Paisley's gear, her ring outfit there.
Yeah, goddamn, Paul.
For the time, for the era, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's nice. I can't say I don't like it. That's for sure. This has actually been a pretty good match, which is why we're talking about Paisley's ring gear. No, what's on that? What's on that though? You think the music notes maybe?
Yeah. Oh God, that was not good. He almost broke his neck. I don't know if that was supposed to be a counter.
Oh, that was a fucking nice top rope DDT there. That's got to be it. 1, 2, 3. I'm pretty sure Lash LeRoux is dead. So there's no way.
Did you see what he just did?
No, what did he do?
He gave his belly button a wet willy.
Oh.
He licked his fingers like this, then stuck them in LeRoux's belly button.
Oh, you nasty, Prince. Prince IK is nasty. Call him Prince IK if you're nasty. He's gross.
More like Prince IK, yuck.
That was good. Here goes. Now she's crawling to him. Now he's the new Cruiserweight champion too, by the way. That's a big deal.
That is a big deal back then.
He is the Cruiserweight champion, the champion of the Cruiserweights. Here's how it happened. Lash LeRoux fell on his fucking head. He tried to do she grabbed his hands.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, she grabbed his hands so he couldn't get pulled over then he hit a nice top rope DDT there for the win. A man in leather pants just won the Cruiserweight Championship, people.
2, 3. See, here goes. You see it?
Oh, God, that's disgusting. That's awful. That is awful. You wouldn't even want a stripper to do that to your bachelor party.
What the heck? My phone's ringing.
Were you just playing? I was to say, were you about to start playing some Nothing But a G thing?
1, that was,
2,
yeah.
3 and to the foe. Snoop Doggy Dogg and Dr. Dre is at the door, ready to make an entrance. So
just realized my phone wasn't silenced.
Norman Smiley is getting his ribs taped up. Clearly, he's been beaten up by 3 count. I don't know, making that up. Here comes the mayor, one of the mayor's many heroes, Brian Knobs.
I do. I think I've got an autographed Knobs action figure here somewhere. Maybe 2.
I know you do because I got a Sags.
I think I actually have 2 autographed Knobs action figures.
Well, you gotta do what you gotta do. Well, he's wearing a cast. Oh yeah, I remember me, you, and Glenn used to watch more WCW 2000, and everybody's wearing a cast, and we were like, oh, they must have been watching those Major Guns videos.
Yeah, that, and they had Miss Handicap.
Oh, that's right.
Everybody's putting their hand on it. Started coming around at this time.
Everybody's putting their hand on their cock, if you know what I mean, pal.
That's probably how she got the name.
I mean, it makes sense to me. Oh, private. Keep out. Who do you think's in there?
Vince Russo. And Miss Hancock.
And Miss Hancock, yeah. All right, here we go. No, we're not going to find out. Apparently, it's a secret.
They did keep out. They read the sign. They said, oh, okay. We shouldn't do that.
Oh, but LA Knight came out here and took out Braun Breaker. Oh, here comes the WCW Hardcore Champion. It's Bam Bam Bigelow, who has seen better days at this point.
He doesn't see. How many more days does he see after this?
I think he lives until like 2004. I think. I might be wrong. Yeah, let's check out. He's bringing a bag of goodies to the ring. Bam Bam Bigelow. 2007, actually, so we were off.
Okay. Well, good for Bam Bam. He made it longer than we thought.
Yeah, good for him. I think he saved some kids from a house fire too before he passed away. If I remember correctly. Did they do a Dark Side of the Ring about Bam Bam Bigelow? They definitely did. Yes.
They did, yeah.
I recently watched the one. They did one about it's they say it's about Hell in a Cell, but it's basically about Mick Foley's entire career.
Yeah, that one was good. I watched that also.
Yeah, I mean, I know like Mick Foley, got a lot of head trauma, but for the most part, he's got a pretty happy ending to his life. He's not like addicted to drugs, and he's got a family and everything. So I know it.
Yeah.
So those ones are a little easier to watch than like the one about Chris Benoit.
Yeah, he managed to, his kids and wife all grew up, or he's still married to the same woman, and kids grew up, and
yeah,
no tragedies, which is
so
rare in the story.
Oh yeah, him and Tito Santana are the only ones. Lex Luger is the one who broke his hand here. Apparently Lex Luger's been running rampant breaking hands.
That's why all the people have cast.
Yep, because of fucking Lex Luger.
Baked potato. It's
fucking baked potato, motherfucker. All right, now so Brian Knobbs is running from Bam Bam Bigelow. An interesting strategy. Here comes Fit Finley. They are brothers in broken hands, apparently, and fatigues,
and haircut,
and terrible haircuts. Yes.
Fit Finley and R-Truth are both guys that I don't think I've ever aged.
No, I think you're right. He still looks the same. I mean, I haven't seen him in a while, but I bet he still looks the same now.
I mean, Fit Finley might be 25 there, but he still looks 55, and he's still the same age now.
I mean, I doubt he was 25 in 2000, but maybe. So now they're fighting amongst the humanoids here, as Bobby Heenan used to say. Humanoids. The humanoids. It's a fun word to say. Humanoid.
You humanoids.
Humanoid.
I like when he called people ham and eggers too.
Yeah, fucking ham and eggers.
Is that
they're fighting it does kind of look like Bischoff. They're fighting into the concourse. That's Garrett Bischoff. Yeah, it's his son. Mickey J's the referee, who ironically was security guard last week on NWA. I don't think it was really him, but it looked like him.
Ooh, look at
Oh, yes. Slam right through a picnic table.
These guys are just cheering in like the back alley. Or are those just all like, backstage fake wrestlers?
Maybe. There's a bathroom back there too, so like Brian Knobbs is like, I can do it myself. And Finley said, I like to fight. That was it. That's how it worked out.
That sign just says asshole.
Well, you don't need to get creative.
Why would you make a sign that just says asshole?
I mean, why would you make a sign that says triple HIV?
I don't know.
Man, I don't know. Who knows? So this whole Nikki Bella back thing she's not like back for good, is she?
I don't know.
Okay.
She was looking in shape.
I bet. I mean, she can come back if she wants to. I didn't want to make it sound like that. It sounded like I was like not a fan of it. I don't really care. I mean, I'm not going to jump up and down Nikki Bella, but like I don't care if she comes back.
It feels out of place for her to have a feud with Liv, but so it makes me think that it is going to be like a one-time thing and not like a continuous story.
Huh. Maybe they want her to wrestle in fucking Saudi Arabia.
I'm guessing that's what it's going to be.
I could see. I'm imagining they're not going to be able to get Brie back.
No, just Nikki.
Well, who knows? Maybe they'll need some money soon. I'm just kidding. I'm sure Daniel Bryan's fine. Because he doesn't wrestle anymore, right? He retired or semi-retired?
I think he's still on works for AEW, but I don't think he wrestles anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know what he does.
He was like the champion, right? And then he said he lost it. He retired. He lost to somebody.
I think he lost.
He goes through the table. I couldn't tell you who the fucking any of the champions are in AEW. I have no idea. No clue.
It is still John Moxley. He's had it, I think, since he beat Daniel Bryan for it, or Bryan Danielson.
Oh, I love this. He took 2 garbage can lids and just crashed it over his head like a drum set. It's great.
He hit the cymbals.
The cymbals, not a drum set. The cymbals, yes. Another scoop slam, which I didn't. Oh, no, this is like a fire. Whoa! He dropped it right on his fucking forehead. Big thing of cotton candy going through the crowd. I see.
WCW.
What are you trying to read his tights?
No, where's Benoit? You don't want to know that answer 10 years later.
Yeah, I don't know. He just fucking chucked a chair at Finley from the top rope. That was fun.
Where's Benoit?
Where's Benoit?
The police will be asking that same question in 8 years.
Yeah, you're right about that one. So lots going on here. We're gonna get a penny ball here. 1, 2, 3. Oh, Brian Knobbs is the winner. He's the new hardcore champion.
All right.
Old Knobbs, Brian.
That was exciting.
Brian Knobbs. I mean, I guess. Let's see what match we got coming up next.
Hey, put her there, buddy.
This is a weird combination. Like, where did these two meet? Like, they were at a bar one night and they're like, "Hey, let's be a team."
I think Jerry Saggs got fired, and they're like, "Who's got a haircut like Brian Knobbs?" All right, Finley.
No, but the next match is 3 count versus Norman Smiley. That'll be fun. Sing along with 3 count. Put your hands together. Get up on your feet. I don't know the rest of it. That's all I know. I know more of it, but I don't like. You got to cut a little bit out. Now we like the Backstreet Boys and sing to Britney Spears is kind of cute. Anyway, sorry, I can't help it. Once I get a song in my head, I have to sing it.
I realized I hate Lex Luger even more now that I remember he's a Michigan fan.
Is he?
Yeah, I don't know if he went to the University of Michigan, but I know he's from the Detroit.
No.
I think he's from Detroit.
Yeah, I think you're right. But he went to Penn State and Miami because he went to Penn State first and then he transferred to Miami. I don't think he was very successful in either of his football careers in college.
Mm-hmm.
I know all of this from the Crime and Sports episode that they did on him.
I was listening to Crime and Sports last week because I ran out of podcast.
Oh, well, you should listen to it, especially some of the episode 100 and on. And this is the most important thing that I'll tell you if you're going to listen to Crime and Sports. Listen to the episodes of people you've never heard of because those are the ones that are the most insane.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you one that you should listen to. You probably heard of him because he got punched in the face by Mike Tyson in Brooklyn at 2 a.m. You heard of Mitch Blood Green?
No.
Okay, listen to the Crime and Sports Mitch Blood Green episode. It's my favorite episode. It's fucking hilarious.
All right.
Mitch Blood Green's insane, and he got punched in the face by Mike Tyson at 4 a.m. 1980s Mike Tyson. Take your fucking head off, Mike Tyson. Anyway,
you don't want to mess with 2025 Mike Tyson, let alone prime Mike Tyson.
Probably not. So here we go. Are they going to sing? They're not going to sing. They don't quite have Tank Abbott with them yet, or maybe he's left.
I think they're going to sing.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe they're thinking that the fans here don't deserve it.
They've got the circles.
Oh, yeah. I forgot they did stand in the circles. That's very 90s. This is giving me I don't know why, but I don't know why this reminds me of this. But I remember when ECW came back for WWE and they had that extreme expose group and they would come out there and dance. It was so weird. They'd be like, all right, here's the girls dancing. It was strange. Here comes Norman Smiley. They got to be in San Francisco because he's wearing a Jerry Rice jersey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right. That would make sense.
You think he's going to do the big wiggle?
100%. At least once.
He got chokeslammed by the wall. That's the wall, brother. And if you're wondering at home, yes, I'm going to say that every time I see it.
That table held up for nothing.
A strong gust of wind would have took that thing down.
That table snapped like it was styrofoam.
Norman say it's wiggle time in the cow palace. I think that's what that said. Took it way too fast. I think he did the big wiggle and we fucking missed it. I thought this was WWF. Did you see that sign?
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty funny. Juan is here. Juan, God, that's nice. No, because the sign says Juan. Here we go. Jerry Rice is beating the shit out of Evan Courageous. Or no, that was Shane Helms.
There was a sign that said WCW sucks, yet they were sitting at a WCW pay-per-view.
Well, they probably got the tickets for free. Norman Smiley's taking it to these little rascals.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Oh, he does a sunset flip. Is he going to be able
Nice
to stop him?
sunset flip.
Oh, there you go. That's good teamwork right there. That's what you need from your boy band members. Do you think these guys were managed by Lou Pearlman or?
Oh, that's a good call out. I like
Yeah,
it.
I mean, talking about boy bands. Also, if you're talking about fraud and Ponzi schemes, you talk about Lou Pearlman. Anyway.
Yeah. I was always a big fan of LFO. I know somehow they got brought up the last 2 episodes, but or at least their song did.
I was going to say, I think we bring up LFO often. We're big boy band guys here. What do you want from us?
Get your act together.
Unfortunately, now 3 Count has isolated Norman in the corner, and he has no one to tag in because he doesn't have a tag team partner. So, do you remember him and the Kiss Demon were a tag team, and they were known as the Demonic Wiggle?
Yes, I do remember the Demonic Wiggle.
That's fucking amazing right there. That's top notch.
That's unforgettable.
Oh God,
that looked rough.
It did.
Which one is that?
That's
that
Shane
Courageous?
Helms.
That's Shane Helms.
He was known as Shane Helms at this point, but I think that's Gregory Helms. Yeah, he changed his name to Gregory Helms in WWE because they already had a Shane. I like that fucking matters. Oh, now he's doing the Cesaro thing. Who knew that Cesaro stole the swing thing from fucking Norman Smiley? Not me.
I mean, I wish Cesaro would do the big wiggle. It might add some to his character.
That would be fun if he did the big wiggle. Or Claudio Castagnoli? That's his name. Here we go, Mayor. It's the big wiggle. Oh, they shut it down.
Shut this show down. Let them all do the big wiggle.
Here we go. Now we're dancing. There it is. There's the big wiggle. Oh, he missed it. Got the double clothesline. Who's your favorite member of 3 Count? Who would you pick?
And
who's your least favorite member?
Probably, I think Shane Helms has to be my favorite, and then it's a toss-up on least favorite. Probably Evan Courageous. He seems smug.
Yeah, if I had to pick my least favorite, it'd have to be Evan Courageous. And I mean, you'd have to pick Shane Helms, right? I mean, who else would you pick?
Evan Courageous has the best name. He has the best name of the group, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. What's his middle name? Evan is Courageous? His middle name?
Is not.
Isn't his middle name. Evan isn't Courageous. They just hung up. The referees really lost control here. It's a tag team match. They're not all supposed to be in the ring at once. These WCW referees are the worst.
Get some control here, sir.
Come on, man. Get him out of the ring. Make somebody do a tag. Oh, there you go. Norman got a foot up. Come on, Norman.
You got Shannon Moore. Oh God dang.
Super kicked the fuck out of him. So bad news for Norman. I like how it looks like he's wearing football cleats. It's nice.
When did they get?
Oh,
that was slick.
That was nice.
When did they get his jersey off? I didn't even notice them take it off.
They pull it off at some point. I don't remember either. They should probably pin him, I would think. Oh, they're gonna go for the submission. Oh, he's putting him in like the walls of Jericho. Well, there you have it. The winners are 3 Count over poor old Norman Smiley. He's Norman. He gets real smiley. And 3 Count is the winner. So everybody 3 Count, put your hands together, get up on your feet. Anyway, that's the last match we're going to watch. We're going to pick it up next week with more WCW Superbrawl. And we will definitely see Booker T battle for the letter T. If you had to fight somebody for a letter, Mayor, what letter would it be?
I mean, I'm going for T also for my last name.
I mean, that works. I
like it. Good. And there's a precedent that there's been a history of T matches.
It's a good way to start. Yeah, I mean, I would probably just fight for the letter B because my name starts with the B, so why not? Anyway, that was a weird topic. Anyway, that's it for this week. Again, we're going to reiterate what I said last week. If you know anything about Glenn, please let us know. I'm not going to go into the whole spiel again, but if you know anything about Glenn, definitely hit me up or hit Mayor up and let us know. We still haven't heard from him, so. And also put your best wishes out there for Glenn, because I don't know what's going on, and hopefully whatever it is, he comes out the other side of it and we find out everything's good, and that's what I'm hoping for. So let's try to stay positive. That's what we'll do until we know. Anyway, Mayor, what do you want to plug? Oh, you know what? I'm going to do the plugs first. I forgot that I need to do the plugs because we always got to do the plugs. Make sure you check out our buddies Rob and Dan from Unbooking the Territory. They do the first and last of wrestling. They also do a show on the life and times of Tank Abbott where it details the life and times of Tank Abbott. Pretty self-explanatory. It's called Unbooking the Tankatory. They also do Unstacking the Datatory, which is the road to Wembley and the biggest wrestling match of all time with over 18 million viewers with giant haystacks taking on Big Daddy. Also, check out DDT Wrestling with DC and Doc, and of course, the Doctor Who podcast with Danny and I. That is on SJP World Media. Mayor, in the bank. What do you want to plug?
Man, you flew through that so eloquently. It was a thing of beauty. You really did it. You deserve a standing ovation on that. That was great.
Thank you.
I just want to plug our good friend Thomas Bryce. You can catch him on Thomas Bryce 2017 and Thomas Bryce 2020. I'm losing my voice. The allergies up here are crazy. The puffballs are floating through the air. Everyone's sneezing. It's bad. But so losing the voice a little bit. But yeah, follow Thomas Bryce and catch him at sportswireradio.org. And if you'd like to, you can find me on X at Mayor of Canton.
It's never gonna not feel weird to say that, is it? X.
Yeah, I had to think. Do not look me up at Mayor in the Bank. That's probably someone else.
I mean, follow them too. I'm sure they're fun.
Yeah, they're probably a funny person, so follow them.
I mean, if they have a name like Mayor in the Bank, they've got to be. Unless they're a mayor of a bank. I don't know. I don't know how you become a mayor of a bank. That would be weird.
I don't know.
Could you imagine you go to the bank there? They don't say, meet our president. They go, we want you to meet our mayor.
We want you to meet our mayor.
That's really weird. You got a mayor of the bank. That's strange.
I would trust the mayor more than the president.
At this point. Anyway, that's it. We got nothing else to say. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube if you don't already. That's it. I got nothing else to say there. You know what to say.
Goodbye.
Yeah. That's